Every neighborhood in America has at least one old generator going to the curb every season. People walk past them. They get hauled to scrap because the carburetor gummed up or the pull cord snapped. The components inside a single dead generator are worth more than most survival gear sold online. 5 things inside every old generator that nobody thinks to grab. Why the harvest window is open right now. Before the grid fails, every old generator in your neighborhood is a free power plant sitting on the sidewalk in pieces. After the grid fails, those same units are at the scrapyard 30 miles away and you cannot reach them. The harvest window is open right now while they are being thrown out as broken equipment, usually because the owner left ethanol fuel in the carburetor over the winter and it varnished shut, not because anything important actually failed. Most people walking past a curbside generator see a heavy hunk of dead metal. Trained eyes see a complete electrical generation head, a small engine still capable of running, a fuel system with precision components, heavy gauge output wiring, and a control panel full of usable hardware, all sitting there waiting for someone who recognizes what they actually are. The 5 components on this list each pull from a different functional system inside the unit. A socket wrench set, a Phillips screwdriver, side cutters, and roughly 60 minutes per unit is all the tooling you need to access every one of them. Most people will watch this video and do nothing. The ones who do not will recognize what is actually inside the next generator they walk past on trash day, and they will be the ones loading the most valuable components into a truck while everyone else loads the same generator into a dumpster. Component 1, the alternator head. Component 1, the alternator head. This is the heart of the generator and the single most valuable component on the entire unit. The alternator head is the assembly that actually produces electricity. It includes a rotor, a stator wound with heavy copper windings, and the housing that holds them in precise alignment. When the engine spins the rotor inside the stator, the alternator head generates the alternating current output that powers everything plugged into the unit. The engine is just the thing that turns it. People assume the engine is the valuable part because it makes the noise and burns the fuel, but the generation head is what makes a generator a generator. The harvest is straightforward. Disconnect the alternator head from the engine crankshaft. Label the output leads, and the assembly pulls free in 20 minutes. Once recovered, the alternator head can be coupled to any rotational power source to produce electricity, a different engine when the original fails, a water wheel for micro-hydro generation from any flowing stream, a wind turbine rotor for off-grid charging, or even a pedal-powered drive for emergency power generation when no fuel is available. The copper windings alone represent significant recoverable value at scrap prices, but the intact head is worth far more as a complete generation unit than as raw copper. A new generator head of comparable output runs $150 to $400 at any equipment supplier. The head is the component that makes everything else on this list secondary, and it is the first thing a trained eye removes from any dead generator. Component 2, the small 4-stroke engine. Component 2, the small engine. Every portable generator is built around a 150 to 420 cubic centimeter single-cylinder 4-stroke engine, typically a Honda GX, a Briggs & Stratton, or a generic clone of one of those proven designs. These engines run for thousands of hours under sustained load, and they almost never die from actual engine failure. They get thrown away because the carburetor varnished from stale ethanol fuel, the recoil starter broke, or the owner could not be bothered to troubleshoot a simple fuel problem that takes 20 minutes to fix. The engine block, piston, crankshaft, camshaft, and valve train are almost always still fully functional and ready for redeployment. The harvest takes 20 minutes once the alternator head is separated. Disconnect the engine mounts, label the throttle linkage and ignition leads, and the power plant pulls free as a complete unit. Once recovered, the engine becomes the power plant for any number of off-grid mechanical systems, water pumps for irrigation, wood splitters for fuel preparation, grain mills for emergency food processing, air compressors for shop work, and emergency transportation when adapted to a wheeled platform. The same engine can also be paired back to the alternator head from component 1 to rebuild one working generator from 2 dead units, which is the most valuable skill in this entire process. A new 4-stroke engine of this size runs $200 to $500. 2 generators in your stockpile means an engine and a spare ready for redeployment at zero acquisition cost. Component 3, the fuel system components. Every gas generator includes a fuel tank ranging from 1 to 7 gallons capacity, a carburetor with precision machined brass and aluminum components, a fuel petcock valve, fuel lines, and an inline filter. The fuel tank is heavy-duty steel or polyethylene rated for long-term gasoline storage in any weather condition. The carburetor contains jets, a float assembly, needles, and gaskets that are precision machined to tolerances that are essentially impossible to improvise in a post-collapse environment without functioning manufacturing infrastructure. The harvest takes 15 minutes. Disconnect the fuel lines, drain the tank thoroughly into a separate container, unbolt the carburetor from the engine, and remove the assembly intact. The applications include the tank as a secure long-term fuel storage container that holds far more than a lawnmower or pressure washer tank, the carburetor as a complete replacement unit for any compatible small engine whose original carburetor has failed from corrosion or contamination, the petcock valve as a shutoff for any improvised fuel system, and the precision components as barter inventory for anyone in a post-collapse trade economy who needs to keep their own equipment running. The larger fuel tanks on generators are particularly valuable because the volume makes them suitable for storing fuel for multiple other engines. Stockpile the fuel systems from every generator you encounter on trash day or at curbside disposal. Component 4, the heavy gauge output wiring and outlets. Component 4, the heavy gauge output wiring and outlets. Every generator contains substantial lengths of heavy gauge copper wire connecting the alternator head to the output panel, plus the receptacle outlets themselves. Typically 120-volt household outlets, 240-volt twist lock connectors, and sometimes 12-volt direct current terminals for battery charging. This wiring is rated for the full output current of the generator, which means it is significantly heavier gauge than the ordinary household wiring you would salvage from a wall. The harvest takes 15 minutes. Strip the wiring from the output panel, label the gauges, and recover the outlet receptacles and connectors intact. The applications include high amperage wiring for any off-grid electrical system, solar inverter connections, battery bank wiring between cells, and distribution circuits that need to carry serious current without overheating. The twist lock connectors are precision components that provide secure high current connections that are impossible to improvise reliably with hand tools. The 120-volt outlets become the connection points for any improvised power distribution system built around the alternator head. Heavy gauge copper wire and quality outlet hardware become extraordinarily difficult to acquire when supply chains stop functioning, and the gauge required for high current applications cannot be substituted with thinner wire without serious fire risk. 2 generators yield enough output wiring and connectors to wire a complete off-grid distribution system. Component 5, the automatic voltage regulator. This is the one I held for the end because most people walk past it without recognizing what it is. It is the automatic voltage regulator and control electronics. Every modern generator contains an automatic voltage regulator, a circuit board that monitors the alternator output and adjusts the field excitation to keep voltage stable as the load changes. Inverter generators contain even more sophisticated electronics that convert the raw alternator output into clean, stable power suitable for sensitive devices like phones and medical equipment. The harvest is more involved than the other components. Disconnect the regulator board from the alternator head, label the input and output leads, and recover the assembly with its capacitors and circuit components intact. Treat any capacitors with respect. They can hold residual charge, so discharge them with an insulated tool before handling. Once recovered, the voltage regulator becomes the stabilizing component for any improvised generation system built from the alternator head in Component 1. Without voltage regulation, a generator produces power that swings wildly with every change in load and destroys any sensitive electronics connected to it. The regulator is what makes the generated power actually usable rather than dangerous. The control electronics also contain capacitors, diodes, and voltage sensing components useful in any off-grid electrical project. The automatic voltage regulator is the single most difficult component to improvise in a post-collapse environment, and it is the component that turns a spinning alternator into a usable power source. Without it, you have raw, uncontrolled output that can ruin everything you plug in. With it, you have a generator. That is why it is the last and most overlooked component on the list. 5 components inside every old generator that nobody recognizes for what they actually are. The alternator head is a complete electrical generation unit ready to couple to any rotational power source. The small engine is 150 to 420 cubic centimeters, 4-stroke power plant for pumps, mills, and mechanical drives. The fuel system is a complete storage and delivery assembly with precision components that cannot be improvised. The heavy gauge output wiring and outlets are high amperage electrical components for any off-grid distribution system. The automatic voltage regulator is the component that turns a spinning alternator into usable power. 5 functional systems inside one appliance. Most people are paying to have it hauled away as scrap because they will not troubleshoot a varnished carburetor. The complete harvest takes 60 minutes per unit with hand tools. The recovered value from a single generator exceeds $400 in functional capability that you cannot purchase in a post-collapse environment at any price. Most people will watch this video and do nothing. They will walk past 2 generators on trash day this season and not recognize what they are actually looking at. You are not most people. You are already thinking about which neighbor's garage holds a dead generator and which curb has bulky item pickup this week. If you want the exact disassembly walkthrough for each of these 5 components, including the tools, the order of operations, the discharge protocols for the regulator capacitors, and the method for rebuilding one working generator from 2 dead units, subscribe to this channel. Next video covers the 6 items inside every pressure washer and the 4 items inside every air compressor that perform similar function transformations. The harvest opportunities in your neighborhood are bigger than most people realize. You just finished learning the next one.